Hey everybody, this is Joel Hoekstra from Whitesnake, and I want you to play this now. All right, so let me break this down for you. This is actually kind of an ish version of what I've been doing on one of my trade-offs with Reb Beach on the current tour, on the Flesh and Blood tour. Reb and I, we do like an eruption thing where there'll be 3 chords, and whatever the last one is, we just kind of jam out for as long as we want, you know, usually like a minute or so. But I've been doing a bit at the beginning. You see, I was just playing with my right hand where I kind of hold my guitar above my head. It's more of a showman thing than anything, to be honest with you, that regular people gravitate towards. But hey, let's go ahead and see if you can get it down. So by the way, I'm going to be a whole step down for this, which is where we are with Whitesnake these days live. So don't get thrown off by that, all right? So here we go. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to get set here on 19 and 20 on the B string. I'm going to set down 19, hammer down 20, pull off to 19. Now if I pull off, I've got to pull up, okay? And then I'm going to pull off with my first finger to open. Now, all we're going to do is change the frets, okay? So we do 19 and 20. Now it's 17 and 19. 18 and, or 16 and 17 rather. 13 and 16. 12 and 13. And then it's 11 and 12. So I'm kind of going like gypsy scale on you there. And then 10, 12. And 8, 10, 7, 8, and 6, 7, and I repeat those. And from 6, I want to slide up to 12. So we have got it? Okay. Now this next thing is one of the lessons I did with Guitar World not too long ago. I was about tapping an octave away from whatever you're playing with your left hand. So I'm going to get back into this kind of Phrygian sharp third bit. And I'm going to go 17, 16 with my right hand. And you can see I'm going 5, 4 with the left hand. Okay? So you're always going to lead these phrases with the highest note on your right hand, okay? So let's take it down the scale. I'm going to go, so 16 to 14, 4, 2. So we have, now same thing on the next string, on the D. So we have, and that is 14, 13, and then 2, 1. Okay, 15, 14 on the A. So we have and then 17, 15, 5, 3. Okay, and you can see 15, 14 there, right? 3, 2. So we have and so when you fret with your right hand, you don't have to bend with your actual right hand. What you do is you leave the pressure of your right hand down. You can see my bend is actually taking place with my left hand. Okay, so that little run. So all the way from the top with the right hand thing. Okay, now, I want to get into some pentatonic stuff here and not be stuck in that Phrygian sharp third like vibe for the entire time over this B chord I'm jamming on. So to get out of it, I kind of quote like ish Man on the Silver Mountain kind of vibe, you know, very Deep Purple or Rainbow. So I'm going to just, as long as I got the pick out of my hands, I probably have it in my mouth when I'm playing it live, come to think of it at this point, but I'm just going to take the 7th fret on the A and the D, and then the 9th, I go to 7th fret on the D and G, and I'm actually going to hammer down the 9th on the A and the D again. So, and then 7 and 9. So that has, to me, just enough of that major thing that we've been in with the Phrygian sharp 3, but now I can transition into jamming in pentatonic a little bit, okay? So that's the reason for that lick. It takes the audience's ear there. So from the top, okay, now, I don't know how many of you saw my Monster Pentatonic lesson for Guitar World, but I'm going to be working basically 3 notes at a time on a string here, and I'm going to climb this way rather than, I think the really popular lesson that's out there is me climbing this way, but I'm going to climb across, okay? I'm going to gliss up to 7 on the E. Now I'm going to deal with these 3 notes that would be in B minor pentatonic on the A string. I'm going to go, okay, so I'm getting the 9th, hammering down 12, off to 9, off to 7. And I'm going to get the 10th on the low E, and then back to the 7th on the A. So that run is... Okay, that's quite a popular sequence with me. It sounds cool if you mute it too. Now I'm just going to climb the pentatonic with that. So I go to the next strings. It's really the same thing except for there I'm going to get the 9th on the A. So we have, and here it is. Okay, so we have, and then, okay, makes sense to everybody so far? Now we're straight into like Dorian here. I'm gonna go, I get that 9 right there, and then back to pentatonic. Now again, I'm going to take us out. We've been jamming in minor pentatonic for a second. I'm going to bend to the 4th, so like the equivalent of the 12th fret, and take it back down to 11. So we have... Got it? Groovy? From the top. Okay, now I'm going to get into a hybrid lick here that's basically a B dominant 7 arpeggio. This is going to involve... I'm trying to think of the best way to teach this. Definitely going to take picking with your fingers on your right hand in addition to your pick. I'm going to slide up to 9, and I'm going to get the 12th on the E with my 3rd finger on my right hand, and the 11th on the G. Now, the only thing that's going to happen here, we're going to get into this 3-note thing. You might want to get that down first. As soon as you're feeling comfortable with that, try changing your top note. So we're going to go. So I changed it from the 11th, or I'm sorry, the 12th to the 11th. the 12th on the B to the 10th on the B. And I'm just moving my third finger to get each of those on my right hand. Okay? Now up here, we've got another power chord. I know, that's strange. That doesn't look like a power chord to most of you, but on those strings, that's how a power chord looks, okay? I'm going 19, 19, 16. And again, gotta do the hybrid. Move it up a fret, down 3 frets, up 1. And then I'm gonna try and milk that bend. Okay. All the way from the top. Okay. Now, more multi-finger tapping here. I'm just going to climb a diminished 7th arpeggio. Again, this is a pattern that I do a lot of. I usually tend to gliss with my left hand when I'm getting ready to tap, but I usually think downbeat index with the right finger. So I'm going to go 11. Take my pick out of my mouth for you guys. 11, 14, 8, 11, 5. So. Once you feel comfortable with that, we're going to climb strings and a fret every time, okay? It's a diminished 7th pattern. We're going to go. Now 2 frets up here, just with the way the guitar is tuned, right? This string is tuned a half step lower than the others in terms of the interval jumps. So climbing that scale, I called it a scale. It's technically an arpeggio, sorry. Okay, so even on that last one, I should be ending here. Okay, because we're right about to get into another popular pattern that I do with this. Now here's the 5-note pattern that you guys have probably seen if you've watched some of my other tapping lessons or Whitesnake solo lessons. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the index starts, as always, almost always starts with the index finger for me, with tapping. So just coming back down, I think I hit a bum note up top there, but. So climbing. Okay. I want to bend up to a B there. And then I'm going to give it a big finish. Find your sweet spot with the toggle lick, okay? The reason we ended on the C to B to E is we used to transition into Crying in the Rain, which I think most of you probably know that, right? The C, B, E. So that's why eventually off of B, I made my way into that at the end there. Because then Tommy Aldridge would give us the count off and we're into Crying in the Rain. So once again, all the way from the top, here's what we got. once again, it's been a pleasure teaching that to you guys. I hope you guys dig it, maybe get a lick or two out of it, even if you're not into the whole thing. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers.